once.
Hello. Hey. Sure. Okay. Dress. Hmm. Uh, I just might as well just get it out of the way now. You probably made her day. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm just pulling out of the lot right now that I was in. So, yes. Okay. All right. Love you too. Bye.
Alrighty. I'm just leaving the truck parking area, as you see, just a mile or so west of where I-76 and I-80 meet up, along I-80. Yeah, about to head west toward Wyoming and see what kind of fun Wyoming's going to give me. The weather should be okay there, but might have some winds up in, over in the Elk Mountain area. I know it's been windy in that area for the last couple of days, so that can be a concern, especially with only 25,000 in the box. It's not a particularly heavy load. What's up, Eric? You rolling? Got about 100 miles of Nebraska left, and then just about 401, I think it is, or 403, whatever it is, Wyoming. And maybe about an hour, yeah, about 70-ish, 80, whatever it is, Utah. Let's see, I don't have enough to make it to Far West for fuel, so I'll probably stop in Laramie at the pilot and get fuel, and then maybe quick bite there or something at Wendy's there. Say you're going to be your 30-minute break, or no, that'll be the end of your, wait. I'm trying to remember. You stopped in Albuquerque, so 200, 300. Yeah, that'll be a 30-minute break. About 420, about there quickly. Might be able to get another 34 in and reset my 70 again before I pick up the next load.
Hey, you talking about hailstorm or is it? Misery. I'm trying to remember where your load was going. I'm forgetting. That's right. Oh, okay, and that's yeah, because you like to take that you like to cut across from over there by Sayre across those highways, don't you? I can't tell this which fucking lane is closing, or if there's it. Yeah, I think it's the left lane closing. I was gonna try to pass Prime here, but I'm not gonna go cutting them off to get over. All right, I've got 1 mile to go. I probably could have gotten past them, but won't yeah, it won't do me any good anyway. Now I got a white Freightliner trying to pass me up. Well, he's going fast enough. He might, but it's an unnecessary risk. Shit, even the four-wheeler back there has enough sense to come back over and hang out behind me. Yeah, it is, and then it's easy to have accidents there. I watched one happen like 2 spots over from me last time I stopped there, and then well, then the guy who got hit almost hit somebody as well. Yeah, both of them. Okay, I was parked right behind the building, kind of right over by the corner where the on the side of the yeah, kind of over by where the fuel island is. Okay, so I did a basically a U-turn setup because I came in from the frontage road there. The okay, I did a U-turn setup and that was tight, but because of that little handicap ramp right there at the corner of the lot, I was able to just drive over that and get myself set up the way I wanted to, and then I was able to get into my spot no problem. And then while I'm in my spot, and then this other guy pulls up, comes in, he tries to back into a spot 2 spots over, and he tried to blindside in. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't do a U-turn setup, or he didn't go. Of course, there's room. He probably could have gone over to the other end of the lot and then turned around and come back and set up sight side. So he tries to blindside in, and I think I remember he came. He didn't hit anybody, but he was really close to the uh, yeah, to the corner of the truck that was in between me and him. And he ended up getting there okay though. But then another 10 minutes later, or whatever, because I went inside and then came back out, and then next thing you know, a Swift driver with a lease truck comes in, tries to do or yeah, he was trying. Sure, whatever he said. Uh, Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he said something about a bear, but it's like, huh? Um, anyway, yeah, the Swift driver tried to blindside into the spot next to the left of the guy I was just talking about before, and I mean, it would have been okay, except of course, he had to pull forward and reset, but then he tried to turn it into a sight side, and his tandems weren't positioned right, and his and the guy who got hit, it was actually he had a deer guard on the front of his truck. The truck itself didn't get hit. What happened was when Swift tried to reset, correct his setup, whatever, because he was coming in, he was backing in blindside, but he tried to pull out sight side, and his ICC bar hooked onto the end of the guy's deer guard and ripped it off. Yeah, no. So yeah, I watched the whole thing happen. My dash cam didn't pick it up though. You could see the Swift driver what he was doing, but you couldn't see the actual contact made. Yes, and then put it another way, if the guy didn't even have a deer guard, he wouldn't have ever. I don't think he would have even gotten hit at all. But still, the point was what? Yeah, and I think it was more an issue. The Swift driver was just, I think he was trying to change his, just trying to create more space to finish, to get in there with. But the fact that he turned sight side a little bit caused the trailer to swing toward the guy on his right. And so, dude, you should have gone more blindside than anything if you're going to do that at all. Because, I always tell people when I'm teaching them backing skills, point the trailer at a spot in front of the hole, not in it. Yeah, so. Versus. I'll do two, but I mean, but if it's a perpendicular spot, I'll do two. But still, if I have room to do a U-turn setup, I'll do a U-turn setup. Because most people I see don't have any idea how to do a U-turn setup, and like there's not anything to it. It's just, man, I learned it myself from watching guard jockeys and all the time doing it. So and I always wonder why the hell does nobody do this? There's so many. I lose track of how many times I've had found it advantageous to do a U-turn setup to get into my spot, or I actually approach the spot blindside, and then when I get one spot past it, I'll turn around and go the opposite direction. And then by the time when I'm done going, when I have my trailer pointed about maybe two spots past the one I want, then I'll stop right there and start backing in. And it's a really simple setup. It's just start like a flatbed would. I don't understand that. Yeah, push it the same way. Oh, okay. I've got a decent amount, I guess. I don't remember what time I woke up though. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like six something this morning when I woke up. So yeah, yeah, a decent amount. I went to sleep fairly fast. I ended up putting on the Water Boy. Fell asleep watching it. Yeah, one of those where I already know the movie. I can just listen to it, whatever, and turn it down, then just crash out to it. Yeah, I know. Adam Sandler flicks are they're an acquired taste for a lot of people. I- what's what's that? Oh, they're finally done with the construction over there. Nice. That's good. That's a nuisance dealing with all the lane closures. Same with like Arizona. Nice to see most of all the freaking lane closures there pretty much done now. Also, pretty soon we won't have to deal with that 4 mile or so long closure. Uh, yeah, and it's always when I'm going through there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking that way. I'll take the 85 bypass before I deal with that damn highway, freeway closure over there. How'd you manage that? Oops. So I'm trying to figure out why I have my temperature control rheostat way almost like only like 2 or so clicks up from the coldest setting. I'm like, why the hell am I still getting warm air coming out? It's one of the little quirks with this truck. Sometimes I have to turn the rheostat all the way to the coldest setting to actually get it to react, and then it starts blowing too cold. So then I put it back up to where I had it. Now it's still a little on the cool side, even at the setting I had it on before. What do you mean? Uh, on yesterday's stream? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, there are times where it seems like it's only with certain trailers, and it's like random at times. But there are times where it'll flash at the normal speed, and then all of a sudden, because I could just be sitting there at a light or something with my turn signal on, because like maybe I'm gonna make a left turn, and all of a sudden it'll go from normal speed to double speed, like there's a light burnt out or something. But there aren't any bad lights. I think it's a bad connection or something, or some little glitch, or I don't know. But yeah, then I have to turn the turn signal back off and then turn it back on, and Sometimes I have to do like two or three times, and then it'll go back to flashing the normal way. Yeah, yeah, it's a possibility, but um, it's seldom I ever. I mean, I wouldn't say seldom. It's not unusual that I get it, but I don't think I've ever seen it happen as a bobtail. So I think that so it makes me think that if there's anything, it's probably just the pigtail connection to the trailer or something, or or a loose connection on the trailer itself that I would never be able to find anyway. Hey everybody! Got others on the stream. My wife, Cheryl, and Tara. That's why I usually avoid Blue Beacon. Well, they got two of them over there. Yeah, this time of day, I'm not surprised. It's like 11:20 or so there right now. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I gotta. Yeah, because I'm looking at the clock on my dashboard. I haven't changed it back from daylight savings time. Yeah. All right. So it'll be a note to self to fix that when I get to Laramie. Pilot. Yeah, it costs too much for fuel at Love's. Yeah, but you don't get 15-cent rebate at Love's like you do at Pilot either. Not to mention, I can get rewards points at both, but I mean, I don't go to Love's enough where the points are worth anything. So you only get like 1 point per gallon at the rate I go there. I got exit 76 coming up, 17 Fox, Lodgepole, 1 mile away, just under 20 miles from Sydney. Yeah. Oh, well, probably not nothing about wanting a reef power, right? Because you're running not that early, are you? Oh, they're giving you reload. Brilliant. A broken bow to Kansas City. That's not a very long route. When's it pick up? In the afternoon. Alrighty. Well, that should, yeah, don't worry. That'll at least keep you rolling. And then when you're doing Kansas City, when? Or you don't have 70 to work with, or recaps? What do you have? And what do you have on your 70 now? Do you know? That's enough. Because yeah, so take the load to Kansas City. They'll give you an Olathe or Emporia or something reload, and then you can probably get back down to the yard and drop it or something, or who knows. And it's a weekend, so you won't be able to get the truck anyway. Yeah, but you know what? You'll have to bobtail at your own cost, or not bobtail, but deadhead at your own cost to the yard if you do that. I would, about 150 miles or so. I mean, it's not that far, but still, why pay for that fuel to get there, and you won't be able, well, then again, tomorrow's Monday anyway, so. Okay, you get how many miles per gallon in that thing? Seven-ish, we'll just say, right? Okay, we'll just say 7.5 for rounding. If it's 150 miles, you're gonna spend you're gonna use 20 gallons of fuel to get from Pauls Valley to the terminal. 20 gallons at $3 per gallon is $60 that you'll have to pay out of pocket to get up there, but you won't get back in paid miles or fuel surcharge. Oh, come on, pickup. You got to be a problem for me. I got right shoulder traffic and a pickup catching up on me. I'll see if he's patient enough to wait for me to go back over. Yeah, seems to be. Okay. More, just another reason why I love Nebraska traffic. Although if he would, of course, if I don't know that he would have seen the truck on the shoulder anyway, because there's a truck further up ahead of me. It could have been blocking his view. So, oh, he's got Wyoming plates still. All right. And yeah, so it's $60 or so worth of fuel you're gonna have to pay out of pocket to get up there versus if you go up to Kansas City and they reload you out of Kansas City or somewhere down there like Emporia or wherever, and then have you drop in the yard if possible, then you can get all paid miles to get over there. Yeah, well, you got the hours, and as long as they know that you're trying to get to the yard and that's considered into what they're doing, I'm like, shit, all right, I'll take it because you have the hours to cover that. The load you're on right now. Yeah, but your DM didn't tell you that you'd have to pay your own way to, I mean, your own fuel to get back to the yard from Pauls Valley either, did he? I mean, you can go ahead and spend the $60 if you want to, and I'm just saying, it sounds like they're getting you moving in a very timely manner after the Pauls Valley delivery, though, and and there's a good possibility you could end up getting something that'll drop in the yard anyway, and you won't have to spend the 60. But I understand you're anxious to get into a new truck too, so it's it drops you to 50. What's going on there? Uh, that derates you a little bit. Gives you the initial derate. Yeah, I've got news for you. That'll happen in every truck. Every truck with a DEF system in it's prone to having that. Even a brand new one. Yeah, yeah, that's true. So it's either get the APU fixed or, like you're saying, get a new truck. And I can kind of see your argument for getting a new truck too, because you're on an auto shift truck anyway, and why not get a brand new Kenworth out of it and a tri-pack instead of a Comfort Pro. The Comfort Pros. Yeah, but how many of them actually get work done on it and get the right kind of loving done on it? I told you mine's been running great, right? Yeah, I mean, sometimes I have to wait, like it has to try like 3 times to get started, like it did last night when I shut down. But yeah, on the third restart, or yeah, on the third attempt to start it, fired up, and yeah, it works great. I've I've not had I've not had this APU service in over a year. And that engine to allow it to start. Yeah, that's a possibility. It should be easy. I mean, that's an easy fix. Yeah, I mean, there are times when it starts up, on the first attempt. So, man, as long as I don't keep having to like see it a timeout and then having to restart it, or go back through the start cycle more than one time, and it starts and works fine. And hey, I'm good. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think a lot of the VWs did have diesel engines in them too, didn't they? Let's see, VW is a German company. In foreign company, like European countries are especially known for using diesel engines in their cars. Spe- Yeah, and then I know there are a lot of Volkswagens in general that have diesel engines in them. In fact, a friend of mine, he ended up getting one of the VW Jetta, or I don't know, some like an 80s, 90s, or what was it? I forget what year the car was, but it might have been early 2000s. Who knows? But I remember he got a VW sedan. It was like a Jetta or whatever it was for, and he got it specifically because he was looking for something with a diesel engine in it. Yeah, I could go for that house over there on the left. Yeah, it's up on the hill, and then there's this weird arrangement of all these bushes and stuff in between the freeway and it. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized house and huge lot. I don't know if I can handle living in such a freaking mostly flat and not. I don't know. It's not the most. I mean, it's not the most scenic place in the world, but the property, yeah, I'd go for that. Yeah, and then got cow pastures. I see cows on both sides actually. That's got to be hundreds of acres of land though that that house is on. Ah, there's Sydney coming up. For my 30, I stopped in York, and then the rest of the shift, I ended up at the truck parking area right next to I-76 and I-80. You know, that big, huge, giant lot on the south side of the 80. Yeah, I tried to stop at the Flying J in Big Spring first, but the lot was full. You know, there were a few areas where it could have been room for other trucks to park, but because idiots don't know how to park right, or don't know how to, no, well, there just wasn't room for me to park. And, you know, because some people were parked crooked, or, you know, like just, you know, like well, they could have been parked closer to the trucks next to them, but weren't, or they were parked crooked. So they were taking up space, like two adjacent trucks doing the same thing. They could have gotten closer to the guys on the opposite sides of them. There'd be room for another truck. And there were like at least three or four spots that I saw where it could have been that way, but then I probably wouldn't have found a spot anyway. So I was like, you know what? I still got over an hour left. I could have made it here to Sydney before my clock ran out if I really wanted to. So I actually like stopping here in Sydney, like at Sap Brothers, or you know, I was even thinking about stopping over here at the Cabela's right here in front of me, because they have truck parking. But what's that? No, actually, quite a few Cabela's have truck specific parking. Uh, oh, that was sarcasm? Oh, yeah, there's several that do. Like this one here has truck parking. The one over in Hammond, Indiana, you know, right on the just right after you get out of Illinois on I-80/90. They have truck parking there. I've seen other Cabela's around too that have truck parking. I just can't remember all the ones because I don't see that many Cabela's around, obviously. So, but Yeah. Oh, okay. And then, of course, over here, Nebraska and Wyoming, well, Walmarts are, yeah, they all seem to have truck parking spots. What the hell was that? It didn't look like a deer. Looked like it might have been a cow or something, a calf, or I was almost thinking it had the head shape of a bear, but it was the wrong color. I think it might have been a younger cow. Like one of the, wouldn't surprise me. I had three cows all together, you know, with direct access to my lane, going eastbound on 40, just or on 10, just not even a week ago. And I had another one maybe a few months ago. I was coming westbound into Gallup. I was around the 25, 26 mile marker, you know, just on the east side of Gallup. And all of a sudden, I see this cow walking eastbound along you know, the shoulder there. You know, coming, well, yeah, following the fence line like he was trying to find a way to get back to the other side of it, or she, whatever. I think it was a heifer. As a whole, yes. Oklahoma, from my understanding, has the most wind power capability total. You know, at least by state in the entire U.S. I think Texas is second, and California is third. But as far as single wind farms are concerned, the one between Mojave and Tehachapi in California is easily the biggest one in the U.S. It's actually, I think it's the second largest in the entire world. I think the only one that's bigger is, if I remember right, is one out somewhere in Russia. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember looking it up because my trainer, he's from Oklahoma, and he was telling me about how yeah, Oklahoma is like the biggest wind power producer in the U.S. I'm like, that's interesting. It doesn't even look like any of these farms are that big compared to the one over by Tehachapi. So yeah, and of course, inquisitive me, I go looking it up, and I'm just curious. I mean, he was probably right, but at the same time, I was just curious just how right it was, and like, well, now where does the Tehachapi farm actually rank, or California in general? And yeah, he was absolutely right. Oklahoma is number one in the country as far as statewide wind power. Uh, and the only real difference there is that, that all their wind farms are multiple farms versus Tehachapi. It's just one single farm there. What is this? Something white in the lane. Oh, just someone's grocery bag of something that looks like. probably their shitbag for all knowing truckers. Dude, that's just sick, man. Some people, well, I guess sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and there are not always services available. But yeah, they're just some serious pigs. Just need a. It's like even piss jugs and stuff. Like, if it comes down to it, it's like just empty the damn thing on the ground somewhere, and then take the jug back with you, and then find a trash can for it. That's, I mean, if you even have to resort to doing that. But some of these guys do it just because they're too lazy to bother to do anything. Yeah, that too. Use them against people who piss them off. Oh, I thought they just harvested all the cotton. I just because I saw like big, huge piles of cotton and a lot of the cotton fields out that way, and yeah, it looked like it was. Uh, uh, I'm gonna get off here and interact a little bit here with and probably get some Cora stuff going or whatever. All right, all right, I'll talk to you. All right.
Yeah, it's a buddy Eric. Yeah, well, one day was just on here not long ago on commenting here in the feed. more truck traffic than there is auto traffic. Several truck spots there. Hammond, Indiana, right like exit 2 on I-80 in Indiana. They have several truck spots there. I know I've seen Cabela stores elsewhere that also have truck parking, but I'm forgetting where they're at. Advanced Auto Transport, Lake Elmo, Minnesota. So he's shuttling a new bus to a new customer, a new owner, I guess. Don't be at all behind me. I'll just hang out here. See a few JCT trucks going the other way at some point in time today. Not a heavy freight lane for us, but there's plenty. We have plenty of routes into northern Cal and the Pacific Northwest from the Midwest, or to the Midwest. So let's see what we come up with today. Last night for a bit, not too long after, I guess he left Baird, Texas. But I guess he went into a dead zone and his feed dropped offline, and I was getting tired anyway. Ended up going to sleep. Yes, you can park overnight at. They don't have any services available, but of course you got other places around. If you're willing to walk, there's several places right down the street. Dairy Queen, there's a Mexican restaurant over there. Sat Brothers, Walmart. Restaurant over there, kind of by Sat Brothers, if I remember right. Just don't go to this Chinese restaurant over freeway. So Chinese buffet there, I tried out once. No, I'll never go there again. A lot of the food items were cold. I didn't even want to take a chance with half anything. Freshly harvested corn over here, looks like. Or maybe it's still growing, I don't know. Kind of looks like they quit watering it though to me, so I don't know. I'm not an agriculture expert by any stretch. Appearance to them. These look like they're all more brown, like they stopped watering them to let them die, and they were gonna pull them up or something. I still have the sprinkler thing on this field over here to the left, though. But of course, the crops look like they're done also. Making me concerned about what I'm going to get in the Elk Mountain area. I'm going to definitely have to check the traffic conditions, the road conditions in Wyoming when I get to Laramie. So even Cheyenne over to Laramie area where Sherman Summit, Jack Pass, Sherman Pass, people, whichever you want to call it. That could get some pretty strong winds too, but Elk Mountain is especially the bad spot. I might stop for my break. I wanted about 300 at least before I stop for my 30. 300 would put me right in the ballpark of Rollins. Maybe Williams-Sitter I can stop at, but I will stop at Rollins sometimes at the TA particularly. Not a fan of stopping in Williams-Sitter. Too much of a cluster there, and it used to be really tight. Used to always be full of trucks sort of park over there on the street right outside Associated Foods. And they have a Mexican restaurant and Del Taco over there, right down the street. And other stuff in the area as well. Just a slightly, just a slightly longer walk. Does it say anything about no light, high-profile vehicles or anything, or? Because I know they have been having strong winds reported in that area the last couple of days, but I didn't see anything saying no high-profile, light, high-profile vehicles. And now what about US 30 and 287 going around up through Medicine Bow and all that? Sometimes I'll take that way around Elk Mountain if there's a high wind warning on 80, but there's not a high wind warning on 30. Yeah, I'll actually go around that way. It'll add about 20 miles or so, or some give or take. And it's a 2-lane highway, pretty much the whole way, except for like going through Medicine Bow, I think, and then. Sometimes it is a viable alternative. Not always. A lot of times if there's winds in Elk Mountain there'll be winds over there too. Got a deer roadkill there. Morning, Yolanda. If there's no sign, nothing saying no light, high-profile vehicles, then I'll probably just have to plan on maybe staying on 80 at a little bit lower speed. pass by a lot of other trucks, and you'll see me passing a lot of other trucks. Did say she's gonna possibly try to give me a swap because I'm running over a day ahead of schedule. However, I told her it's not a big deal if nothing comes up. Because actually, Dora, if you're still on here, I'm running low on meds. Got like 5 left. And as I told her, I need to get back to the house for meds and also I can get to that new dash cam of mine. And I know if I unload in Utah, there's a pretty good chance I'll get a higher up than Miraloma load or something after that, even if I don't ask for it. So much as I don't want to sit, especially after I just got a 34 in before this load. I'm not against sitting if it, say if it works out for continuity reasons. I got a red Freightliner getting ready to pass me. 4 Winds Public Golf Course. Truckers welcome. Damn. So even this golf course has freaking truck parking apparently. Newcomb something, somewhere out of Iowa. Where I want to deal with winds at then. Got it. Yeah, that's the problem there. Sometimes 30 can actually be a good alternative, especially if 80 is closed down because of an accident or something. Yeah, 30 is a really good alternative for that. But it can definitely get icy and windy there too. Exit 20, Highway 71 south to Kimball, next exit. I want to say that's the exit that I took last time or not last time, but last winter. I don't know, maybe you guys might have already heard this right. I did a swap in Rollins once, and while I was on my 10-hour break, the reefer unit took a dump on me, and I had to go over to Cheyenne to get it fixed. Now normally, and that load was going to somewhere in the Midwest, like Pryor or somewhere down that way. It might have been a Gerber load for all I know, going to Fort Smith, Arkansas. But anyway, I had stopped in Cheyenne. I barely made it there because I was getting snowed on hard, and I was having a hard time seeing. I even got off the freeway one time because there was so much ice building up on my windshield that I couldn't get rid of that I had to pull over. I was going to scrape it off. He had to have slowed down for me to move over. So next time I look over there, he's further back than I was expecting. Oh, he's getting off the freeway too, so that helps. Anyway, I get to Cheyenne to the Sapp Brothers, and they fixed my reefer unit, and the weather was just bad, and I was like, I'm not going to get any further. Not to mention, they ended up actually shutting down I-80 while I was at Sapp Brothers. So I got lucky; he was able to save the load. Because otherwise, I was going to have to go down to Denver, which would have been an even longer route to get somewhere to get the reefer unit fixed and save the load. But anyway, I didn't want to backtrack over to I-25 at that point, so I decided to come this way, eastbound on 80. But by the time I get over here to Kimball, the interstate got shut down right here. They were forcing everybody off right here, and I think it was Kimball Junction right here. I'll be in Wyoming in less than 20 minutes. Yeah, it was definitely a rough one. Oddly, I remember going, what road was it? Can't remember if that's the same trip I was on, or it might have been a different one. Yeah, it might have been that same trip, because I remember I was on a snowy road, a two-lane road, like a state highway or U.S. highway, and I was following a CR England truck. Came up to a stop sign, and I think the CR England guy, I don't think he realized that he was coming up on a stop sign. I think he just blew right through it. Okay, so I might expect some interesting conditions, but it shouldn't be too bad. Maybe it's, yeah, because the wind and the previous snowfall probably getting blown around, basically drifting. So we can see a pretty good distance. I mean, I do see clouds off in the distance, but it's hard to tell if there's anything that might produce snow. I don't see anything obvious. It's just scattered, what do you call these, cirrus clouds or whatever they're called. With look like an end dump trailer over here on the left, in that field over there. Always interesting to see them because you just don't see them so often anymore. Right to left crosswind. Butler Transport, I think that's, if I remember right, they're a Canadian company. Or I know Bison is, why am I thinking Butler? Snow on the rim here of this field to the right. I assume you can kind of see it too. Just in that one little spot on the edge where it goes from an uphill slope to a flat slope. lane closure all the way to the Wyoming line, if I'm not mistaken. It's been an ongoing project. I've had to go through here a few times with that. Sections of I-80. 10 miles out. Exit 8, 53 Charlie Lake, Bushnell, 1 mile. Basically the last exit in Wyoming. I mean, Nebraska. Some of this. The eastbound side looks like it's got fresh concrete down there. I think it is. I suspect there are trade-offs with driving on concrete versus driving on asphalt. I was getting the impression that concrete is a little more slippery. roadwork ahead, signs way up there about where that truck at the end of the horizon is. Unless those are just speed limit signs for the construction, I don't know. I only saw the orange signs first, and now I see white above them. So yeah, probably just a construction speed zone sign. In Utah rides a bicycle. Maybe this guy's maybe that guy moved from Utah to South Dakota. Yeah, I think in my neck of the woods, half of everybody I see that has Utah plates usually has bicycles on their vehicles too.
Navy SEAL who killed Osama bin Laden, what you missed in video of al-Baghdadi raid, Fox News. Close. Video. The man who killed Osama bin Laden. In an exclusive interview, the former Navy SEAL who killed Osama bin Laden, Rob O'Neill, analyzed videos of the U.S. military operation that killed ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Pentagon releases video of raid that killed ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. On Wednesday, Marine Corps Gen. Kenneth F. McKenzie Jr., commander of U.S. Central Command, held a news conference to release videos of the raid in northern Syria last Saturday. One video shows a group of U.S. Special Operations Forces moving toward the Baghdadi compound from at least two directions. This image from video released by the Department of Defense on Wednesday, October 30, 2019, and displayed at a Pentagon briefing, shows U.S. Special Forces figures at lower right moving toward compound of Islamic State leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi on Saturday, October 26, 2019. Department of Defense via AP. They didn't land right on the X, said O'Neill, describing how the special operators were likely dropped off by helicopters a few hundred meters away from the ISIS facility. In Fox Nations, the man who killed Osama bin Laden, O'Neill revealed the dramatic details of the operation that he was involved in that killed al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. In the course of that operation, a modified Black Hawk helicopter crashed as the SEAL team assaulted the target deep inside Pakistan. Watched the man WHO killed Osama bin Laden. I don't want to give away too many tactics, said O'Neill of the Baghdadi raid. but they landed close and went to the wall to make a breach point. He continued, observing that it appears that you can see one person moving inside the compound on the opposite side of the wall from where the U.S. forces were approaching. They approach from multiple directions to secure the perimeter and make sure that they can secure any squirters or enemies who may try to escape. Parents of ISIS victims hail death of BAHGDADI, call 1 Trump for more help. That's another reason that we have the dogs, he added, to chase those guys down. The Baghdadi raid video ends at this point, said O'Neill, because the methods used by the Delta Force team to breach the wall or otherwise enter the compound were likely stripped out in the declassification process. A second video, likely shot from an Apache helicopter, according to O'Neill, shows an aircraft opening fire on a group of individuals outside the compound. These guys are not necessarily ISIS, but they are insurgents and you can see that they fired at our helicopters, he said. Then they bunched up like a bunch of idiots and tried to hide behind a wall. An Apache can hit you from a mile away, you can't even hear it, you can't hide from an Apache behind a wall. Must watch, award-winning, disabled Marine says he wanted his life to be something that made a difference. In The Man Who Killed Osama Bin Laden, O'Neill goes into depth on his Navy SEAL team's training ahead of their mission, and the moment it dawned on him that he was about to put his training into practice. After weeks of training, 82 minutes into the flight, I'm on this mission and we're going to kill him. The doors open and it's not a training site in the mountains in the United States. And it's not a desert. It's lights. It's a city. 1 minute out. And I'm thinking, man, this is some serious Navy SEAL stuff we're about to do. To watch all of The Man Who Killed Osama Bin Laden, go to Fox Nation and sign up today. Click here to sign up for a Fox Nation free trial. Fox Nation programs are viewable on demand and from your mobile device app, but available only for Fox Nation subscribers. Go to Fox Nation to start a free trial and watch the extensive library from Tomi Lahren, Pete Hegseth, Abby Hornacek, Laura Ingraham, Greg Gutfeld, Judge Andrew Napolitano and many more of your favorite Fox News personalities. Article 2 of 96. Quora.
I was wondering if they were going to divulge too many details there, and for that exact reason that he was talking about. You don't want to give away tactics. You never know. That can always be useful by the enemy to better defend themselves in a future situation. So, yeah, OPSEC reasons that's best to not let anybody know the details of stuff like that if you don't need to. That's pretty wild. You hide behind a wall and an Apache can still get you from a mile away. Even with you hiding behind the wall. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with what an Apache is, it's an AH-64 attack helicopter. Now, between those and one Marine Corps uses, the Cobra. I forget its designation. Not AH-1, is it? I think UH-1 is a Huey, if I remember right. I forget. But yeah, they have all these, if I remember right, the Apache helicopters, the pilot has like a eyeglass sight thing on him, and wherever he looks, the gun on his helicopter also aims. Or is that the Marine Corps one? Maybe they both do that, I don't know. They either just replaced railroad ties over here, or yeah, I think that's what's going on. They probably just replaced the ties there with concrete ties. Make them more in line with passenger train standards. At least that's what I was told by a friend of mine who's a big bigger rail nut than I am. I guess, yeah, Amtrak, I guess they want all the tracks they run on to be, to use concrete ties and not wood ties. I wonder if that's because it makes the ride smoother or something. Because, little flex and concrete, not so much. Never got the story behind that, why they... I thought they were just changing it because it's more durable or something. Alright.
Open an app. Sign in. Do truck drivers have a reputation for being nosy or being snitches when or if they see any reason to report somebody to police?
I think I put a few of these on here.
Richard Klaus, contract truck owner, 1999 present. Updated October 18, 2019, upvoted by Dave Schaller, over 30 years in commercial truck product development. And Pat Alexander, former police officer, Iowa, Alaska and California, author, has 58 answers and 91.8K answer views. Well, I never thought I'd be able to answer a question like this, but about a month ago, I was in a truck stop in the upper Midwest. I'd stopped to buy a quick lunch, and while walking out, I bumped into an older, about my age, European man with a 13-year-old Central American girl in tow. That little girl made eye contact with me, and her look made me feel that something was just not right. I walked out to my truck and thought over what I'd just seen. In a few moments, they walked back to his truck, a pre-2000 Freightliner, i.e. no electronic tracking. I thought about that for a moment, and called the state police dispatcher. A few days later, I got a follow-up call. The girl had been on her way to Seattle to be sold to an entertainment concern. She is now in the care of a local sheriff's deputy and his wife, until she turns 18, at which point she will be eligible for U.S. citizenship.
Wow.
So, nosy or snitch? Given the outcome in that situation for that girl, I'll take the label thank you. Being that we are out there on the highway 11 hours a day, sometimes we see crap that just needs to be passed on to law enforcement. 87.3K views, view 10.6K upvoters, view.
Yeah, that's a good, really good job of keeping an eye out and being aware of just even the weirdest thing out of place. There's one I probably should have reported myself. Just got a little suspicious. When I was a trainer with England, my trainee and I, we had stopped at the 49er in Sacramento. Well, actually, we didn't actually park at the 49er. There's a cul-de-sac there, right there by the 49er. Parked on that street. Usually there's like homeless people who live on that street. Car got right shoulder traffic. Get this car by me first, and then I'll continue. And I'm gonna watch the SUV back here too on the right lane. Oh, good, he came over also, so. Now with unlimited data. Anyway, yeah, we'd stopped there because the plan was we're gonna go eat at Black Bear Diner right across, over there across the street from the 49er. And we kept seeing cars coming in and out of coming into the parking lot over there by, basically the same general lot where Black Bear Diner is. There was an RV over there, and a couple guys hanging out like outside the RV, chatting, whatever. Kind of just gave us a odd feeling that maybe some trafficking was going on there, but weren't really sure. Never actually reported it. Probably should have, just to be sure, but it just seemed a little odd the time of day and what was going on all over there. It's
Article 3 of 96. Quora. Open an app. Sign in. What are your 10 laws of manhood? Nathan Patrick, IT Manager 2007 present. Updated October 17, 2019. Upvoted by Kenneth Fitzpatrick, PA. Philosophy and Psychoanalysis, University of Toronto, and Alia Iqbal Khan, Master in Islam and Philosophy, National Institute of Design, 2018. Never date an ex of your friend. When the bartender asks, you should already know what you want to drink. Pretty women who are unaccompanied sometimes want you to talk to them. Always bring a bottle of something to the party. Opening the door or giving up your seat for a lady isn't up for discussion. Never take an ex back. She tried to do better and is settling with you. Comfort zones are for the weak. Don't be weak. Lower your standards for no one. Being romantic doesn't make you a woman. Work hard, that is if you want to own anything worth having. 383.2k views, view 14.7k.
I'd say most of those are pretty good. Yeah, I was kind of expecting to say a bunch of like macho kind of stuff. You know, like some of the rules of manhood. When you're in a public restroom and there are 3 urinals available, you always go to the last one, and then the next guy who comes in goes to the one furthest away from you. Yeah, that kind of stuff. I guess, you know, a couple of those ones I guess could be debatable though, like never date an ex of your friend or whatever. I can understand that to an extent, but I would take that as a one note, you know. Case by case situation, to be honest with you. Because you don't know why the breakup happened in the first place. Actually, my first wife, she had dated a friend of mine who I knew. Actually, we all knew each other. I didn't know that she and him were lined up at that point in time, and then they had split up, and then I became single, and the same friend encouraged me to hook up with her. The only reason they broke up was because there was an age gap. From my understanding, is my friend was older, and I guess certain things about the age gap was, I guess, more difficult for him than it was for her. So yeah, they were being friends the whole time, and he's the one who encouraged us to hook up. So I can't say I prescribe to that ideology. And then never get back together with the next. Okay, well, why did it end the first time? And then, you know, what were the circumstances there? And then, if there were things that maybe somebody did wrong, did they grow out of it? They learned any valuable lesson afterward from subsequent experiences that made them realize something, and it would actually really change them. I don't know. I mean, everybody has their own values there, so that's one of those I can't say I've ever hooked back up with somebody that I was previously with, but again, that's one of those other cases where I can see an argument for saying it's reasonable to do that in some cases. Maybe about 20 mile an hour winds or something like that, but as long as it's not too strong sustained and the different views in one shot. You know, he has like both rear view mirrors. He has a drone view. He puts a steer tire view on there or whatever, because sometimes people who are trying to learn how to back want to know what the steer tires are actually doing. In the past, I've seen him put a steering wheel on there. Because I just saw that he had one came up on my notifications yesterday, and I've always liked watching his stuff because just the production part of it alone, and his methodology of backing is actually very similar to my own. So a lot of times, you know, you see that I put a lot of backing related videos on my own YouTube, and sometimes when people come to actually do those particular videos, I also refer them to him, because if they're trying to learn something new, he's somebody I would actually endorse as a good person to get information from. I think his webpage, his YouTube is my trucking skills or something like that. He changed it. Pick up around 3:35. Okay. Yeah, his name. He used to go by his real name, Dave Crowley, or David Crowley, whatever. But then he changed the name of his page to sort of that my trucking skills or my back. Yeah, something along that line. That'd be worth checking out, though, if you're interested in seeing some of the physics of setups and actual backings. He does all these different situations, and it's cool because he has a front view, he has the rear view mirror views, drone view, and all that. Wouldn't mind meeting that guy in person sometime, to be honest with you. Yeah, my trucking skills, that's him. Yeah, his name's David Crowley. It's Crowley, I assume. The main trucking is a Portland or in Salem, Oregon area based company, so I'm sure he spends most of his time over in this region. People who do backings at all, whether it's just random people I see at truck stops or even stuff I've seen on YouTube, I don't normally recommend some of the things they do. Right? They can get the job done and they can do it safely, but is it the most necessarily the most effective way to do it? A lot of times I say no. They might do stuff that I wouldn't necessarily say is always the safest, even though they can do it safely. They might, or they might not have the greatest way of explaining it. But yeah, David, he likes to. He'll have those views, and then he'll go back and forth with some of the shots, and advance and rewind the footage, and even encourage you to watch it 2 or even more multiple times to better understand what exactly is going on with everything. He's another one of those guys who preaches keep the tractor pointed in a direction where it won't run into anything. In fact, the one I just saw that he had posted show up on my feed yesterday. Yeah, I started watching it a little bit. Didn't watch all of it, but I saw some of it. He had made a comment in there about pointing the tractor where it's. If you go straight with the tractor in either direction, front or back, it won't run into anything. And that's one of the things I'm a strong proponent of. Let the trailer do all the work for you. If you have the right setup, the trailer will do the work itself. It's just a matter of being set up right so it can work it. I was taught the best way to get into a spot is the same way you would leave the spot. that I just saw him do, it was kind of one of them unusual kind of arrangements where you couldn't just do a regular kind of setup. If I remember right, it was a tight area, and then if I remember right, there were obstacles in the way that kind of impacted it.
Message yesterday in the Qualcomm fleet wide saying that exactly that was going on.
go in then, or what? Well, just in case. I think that flashing sign is DOT inspection. Come on. A different one. I hate how the permits get all folded up here. I'll be right back. my little alert message looks like it's covering up a couple of your messages there. If it's snowing, any snow camera. Oh, didn't hurt to have to stop anyway. They were in the end inside there. I guess his windshield spiderweb from a rock. You can see the Sap Brothers sign right there in front of it. Obviously, I can take that way too if I want to, or just stay on 30. I'd take 30 all the way over to, over by Little America, I think, and then it goes up toward Idaho from there. What's up, Icon? 307 for fuel there. Heard some leaking going on by my trailer though when I was walking toward the Master building. I think when I get stopped, I'll have to take a closer look at that. I don't know if it's just my leveling valve trying to settle or it was something else. My leveling valve, if anybody who might not be familiar, the trailer has 4 airbags on it for a suspension system, one on each axle, and on one of there's one of those airbag areas, there's basically a link, like an input rod, that goes to a valve, and so whenever it's when the trailer is sitting a certain way, the valve might be sitting in a certain position, and it'll vent off air until it gets level. If I park on an incline or decline or whatever, I'm more likely to hear it vent. To stop and get something, grab a bite to eat, yeah, it's alright. It's not going to be Subway. I'll sometimes eat Subway if I'm in the mood, but more often than not, I'm just not into it. Before the 4-wheelers coming up behind me catch up. Look at that big ass antenna on his mirror. It's a long one. Probably get some decent range out of it though. one for this truck actually to get better performance out of it. College Drive to East Lincoln Way, 364, Wyoming 212, and I-80 business there. And I-25 should be coming up right very shortly after that. Sierra Trading Post. I've probably seen that before. It's not just that one. Let's say I've seen another one of those somewhere else, like Flagstaff or somewhere. Walmart has trucks parked over here. Not a lot, but there are. Let's see. I don't see any dedicated truck spots, but they allow trucks there.
Article 4 of 96. Quora. Open an app. Sign in. What was the best gotcha you've seen in a court case? John Roberts, former retired bankruptcy attorney and self-employed lawyer, 1977-2013. Updated October 30, 2019. Upvoted by Smith Hassinger, J.D., MBA Law, Loyola University New Orleans. Author has 1.5K answers and 7.4 meters answer views. I had a client who was involved in a very protracted divorce. Her husband was well connected in the community as his father was one of the good old boys. The husband owned several companies and was very successful, but he did not want his wife, and the mother of his children, to get anything. The husband had been heard bragging about how he was screwing his wife in court. The divorce had been going on for 5 years, but they had made no progress in the property settlement part of the case. The husband was able to get a continuance anytime he asked for one. The wife could not afford an attorney, so she was representing herself. The husband had been ordered to pay support but refused to pay it. I did not represent her in the divorce. She had come to me to file bankruptcy as she could not pay her bills. California is a community property state, which means that everything acquired during the marriage belongs to the community, husband and wife. In bankruptcy, if either party of the community files bankruptcy, all the community property becomes part of the bankruptcy. I filed bankruptcy on the wife, listing all the companies as community property on the bankruptcy petition, and as soon as the case was filed, I called the bankruptcy trustee telling her that there were a number of businesses that needed to be shut down immediately. It was amazing how quickly the husband came up with the money to pay the back support and the equivalent amount for half of the community property. I dismissed the bankruptcy, and my client was able to make a home for herself and the children. It was also amazing how much his children wanted to have nothing to do with their father. He was a real asshole. He, likewise, did not want to have anything to do with his own children. His children had suffered during the entire time of the divorce. Later they referred to him as a sperm donor. I got Christmas cards from my client for years afterwards. 34.4K views, view 3.4K upvoters, view sharers. About the author. John.
Wow. That is crazy. That's funny though. That's how the karma seriously came coming there. Should have stuck him for more with the way he wrote off the kids too. Anybody who does that's a piece of shit. seatbelt and the curve aren't helping me. Alright, there we go. Okay, I'll probably have some little periods of no connection here. You're gonna be alright most of the way, but I think there are spots here in the Sherman area where you might have a problem. Right, yeah, it's a magnetic mount, so it doesn't, sometimes the bumps in the road will cause it to fall off the mountain, so apologize for that.
Article 5 of 96. Quora. Open an app. Sign in. As a bartender, who is that one customer you will never forget? Kate Hoyt, I've had the most random life with experiences in so many areas. I'm an observer. Updated September 15, 2019. Upvoted by Sarang Raut, business analyst at Extentia, Mobile, Cloud and Design, 2017 present. Author has 272 answers and 2 meters answer views. I once worked in a nightclub that charged $8 for a soda. There were no refills. This was 10 years ago too. It was very high volume, so I didn't really ever talk to anyone beyond what they wanted to drink. There were also no stools at the bar I worked at, although you could stand there. It was a very long bar, but generally, people didn't hang out there. One night, this man opened a tab and was only drinking Diet Cokes. He hung out for several hours, and although he seemed out of place, was genuinely nice. For some reason, I talked to him throughout the night, and joked with him for a few minutes here and there. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have 20 waitresses you're making drinks for, as well as a constant flow of people at the bar wanting drinks, talking to anyone is going to make at least a dozen people frustrated with you or shoot you the stink eye. Anyway, when he finally closed his tab, I think it was about $60 or so for freaking Diet Cokes, and although I gave him a couple free refills, they were very strict about not making a habit of it and having an explanation as to why we felt it was appropriate to do so, or we'd need to pay for what we chose to comp. When I handed him the tab, he left $500 on it. I thought maybe he was foreign and wasn't familiar with our money, so I chased him down out front, in my ridiculous uniform, and told him he'd left too much money. I asked if he was familiar with American money, and if not, I'd be happy to help him. He was very amused by this and told me he was a tax attorney, so he was very proficient with money, but was tickled that a model bartender in Las Vegas, in one of the most overpriced establishments he's ever been in, had the integrity to physically chase him down and offer to help him understand American money. Then, he gave me $300 more and said I'd given him a little hope that there's actually nice people where you least expect them, and he left. Never forgot him. 311.7k views, view 27.9k upvoters, view sharers. About the author. Kate Hoyt. B. A political science and University of Nevada. Lives in Las Vegas precinct. 2 meters content, views 123k this month. View 19 other answers to this question. About careers, privacy, terms, contact.
2.1
Article 6 of 96. Quora. Open an app. Sign in. What was the best revenge you've ever gotten? Helena Humbridge, educator at NYC, 1999 present. Updated October 16, 2018. Upvoted by Elaine Green, photographer, nurse, music teacher, mom to an active toddler, and Ingrid Harris, PhD. Existential Phenomenology and Hermeneutics, Philosophy, 1996. Author has 2.3k answers and 8.8 meters answer views. Years ago, I found out from my kids that their father, my ex-husband, was applying to get out the police department with a physical injury discharge. That meant, if approved, he could get 3/4 of his salary tax-free for the rest of his life. I was boiling mad because he laughed and told the kids it was a fake injury claimed years before. I knew I had no credibility with the police department since I divorced one of their own. He got his buddies to block an order of protection I was trying to file after he threatened to kill the children and me by faxing the judge affidavits that he was a great guy and a great family man. The teacher I was working for at the time saw I was depressed about something. I told him my story. Where does your husband work? I told him the number precinct in Brooklyn. My cousin is the borough chief, my teacher said. I'll call him up for you. I told my teacher to tell the chief that my ex was trying to get out on a fake injury. If he couldn't believe that, then go through his civilian complaints records. They were stuffed with complaints against my ex. My teacher called his cousin and his cousin knew the name. His file was on his desk at that moment while he made a decision. The chief admitted to the teacher that he didn't feel comfortable letting him retire on the injury, but my ex's captain cleaned up his records and was begging to let my ex go. The captain couldn't stand my ex, his nickname there was Psycho Cop. My teacher told his cousin that he knew that the injuries he claimed were fake, and check his files over at civilian complaints. The chief immediately had someone watch my ex, and sure enough, he got him on video and pictures at the gym, lifting weights, running on the treadmill, everything he said he couldn't do.
Oops.
Then he saw the huge file on him. The chief not only denied his medical discharge, he wrote on his application, must serve full 20 years. Do not refile. My ex was dumbfounded. His captain showed him the pictures and videos the chief had gotten, showing his physical ability. My ex spent the last years of his career in a room behind a desk, doing some paperwork. He never knew it was me and the chief's cousin. And 1 week after his 20th anniversary, the captain gave him a choice, retire or get fired. My ex, who hoped to work another 5 years and add to his pension, retired that day. Most retirees get a dinner and the fellow officers chip in $20 apiece so the retiree can go on vacation. My ex got breakfast. One guy from the precinct took him out for toast and coffee and said bye. I wouldn't have denied my ex his discharge if he truly earned it. But I knew from our 16-year marriage that was his dream score. He told me just about every day how he was going to get one over on everyone. He was the one who got it in the end. Additional note, this is the first time in my months in Quora I have disabled the comments. I was ticked off that I got called names for stopping my ex-husband from getting disability on a fake injury. Like their driver's licenses so he and his friends could write phony tickets to them. He made prisoners sing for a sandwich in which he poured ink or glue. The lucky ones just got his spit in them. He gave people wrong directions because he didn't want to look stupid. He would climb up on his sergeant's desk and do a Tarzan yell. And this was just some of the things he did that he told me about while we were married. And he was as abusive to me at home as he was out in public. Me. So for those out there who thought I was wrong in stopping my husband, I lost 1 minute of doing it out on a fake. And I deserve to go to hell for my actions. Give me the asbestos suit and crank up the flames. Why not ask me before you judge me? 226.4k views, view 11.2k upvoters, view sharers. About the author.
That's crazy. That woman has a lot of views on her content too. I think they said 8.8 million views. That's a ton. That's just amazing. Yeah, it's sad that there are people who try to scam their way out of stuff like that or into easy life like that. No integrity. You don't deserve to be a police officer or military or anything. Auto Road. It's always good when we hear karma stories like that. Alright, what do we have next?
Article 7 of 96. Quora. Open an app. Sign in. What was your that did not just happen moment in your relationship? Ivy Lee. Answered October 27, 2019. Several years ago, my husband and I went out on a date night. The evening had gone well and I didn't have to drive, so I was free to have a few drinks. On the way home, I decided it would be a great idea to stop on a back road and, have some fun. This is deep East Texas. There were no road signs. We had lived in the area only a couple of months. If something happened, where were we going to tell the sheriff we were? Get on that road where the old lady that wears the bright blue eyeshadow lives, then turn right by the tree that looks like it has a butt. We're out of the car. Our clothes are off. Things are progressing. Then we hear the most god-awful scream I had ever heard. It was close. It wanted us dead. I imagined a larger gentleman with no shirt, overalls and no shoes killing me instantly and torturing my husband in the most heinous of ways. We grab our clothes, jump in the car, and take off, but not before we both look at each other like, is this real? Is this happening right now? Are we going to die? We finally get back to a main road and then home. We just can't figure out what or who had made this noise. A couple of months later, we visit a new friend in the area who has peacocks. Oh God, that scream. I instantly started shaking. A peacock. Apparently, they make good guard animals. There were no inbreds coming to get us that night. And then of course my husband and I laughed, clearly leading our new friend to think we were nuts. 100.7k views, view 495 upvoters, view sharers, answer requested by Sean Kern.
Yeah, when I lived in San Jacinto, there were a couple of spots in my area where people had peacocks. But actually, there were a few that stayed over at the animal shelter, which is only a mile from my house. And it was just southeast of my home. And there was another place just west of my house. There was a private property that had peacocks there too. Holy crap, those things are noisy. I remember when I first moved there and I first heard the noise, I thought it was a cat screaming. Like maybe a cat getting ready to get beat up by another cat or something. Yeah, that is no joke, they are noisy. And you know what? A lot of people don't realize about peacocks because they usually they're usually always on the ground. A lot of people don't know that peacocks can fly. They can fly perfectly fine, they just don't have any choice most of the time. In fact, sometimes we take our kids over to San Diego Zoo and they have peacocks over there, right by the main entrance, and sometimes you see them camping out on top of the buildings and stuff. Possums are just as bad. They make noise. I've had them in my backyard, but I didn't really hear them make loud noises. It's a wind gust 40 plus. Okay, so it's kind of on the edge there. Should be doable, but it's if I get any higher than, if I get above 50, it's usually a good time to get off the road and wait it out. It's 40 plus I'll go through, but I'll have to take it easy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look that up on YouTube or something, see if they have anything where possums fighting or something. Because I know they make these hissing sounds and stuff, growly kind of hissing sounds. If you come up, like I've come up to them. One of my huskies was trying to get to one before. It was hanging out on the top of the fence, and it kept hissing and growling and stuff. But that's about it. There's the JCT right there. L4040, Silver Kenworth. with you there. Yeah, that's off I-95. Got some uphill climbing to do here. Can't tell how strong my connection is here, so because the sky contrast not allowing me to clearly see how many bars I got or if I'm 4G. Get more truck traffic. Dixon Brothers. 1203, I want to say is automotive gasoline. Wait till I know for sure I'm in a clearer area with the connection before I go to the next Quora article. Truck coming up behind me. It's not right on me, but he's closer to me than I am to the trucks in front of me. And so, man, I don't know. I think he might, I'm kind of expecting he'll catch me before I catch these guys up here. Fun trying to get fuel. Be a little chilly. This guy behind me, at points where it looks like he's going to stay behind me, and other times where I think he's going to catch me. Come on, truck, hurry up, catch up, pass me before I catch up to Swift. Wind feels like it's swirling now. Kind of feel like it's shifted and maybe to the maybe slightly to the left, from the left to the, from right to left to right. But my antenna is still blowing to the left. Just the way the truck's feeling though, almost, you gotta wait till I'm almost ready to pin. Now he decides to come up and pass me right at the moment I want to move over myself. Thanks, asshole. He's Yeah, it's boarded up. Tundra or Tacoma or something. coasting with no jake brakes. Now I'll start probably hitting the jake. This jake concerned me. Shipper and might need them back for the shipper. Over here to the left needs a few more old tractors in there. They had like four older looking tractors all in the front yard. Historic Ivinson Mansion. Oh, it reminds me, I forgot to post the... Come on, dude. Get your gas pedal. Up. Jackass! Yeah, I got a little footage of that rest area over there in Paducah. I think I forgot to move it from my phone over to the tablet and edit it and post it. I will have to take care of that. Maybe this evening when I shut down. How the hell did a cat get over here? Came out of someone's vehicle or just roaming from someone's house? Not like there's a lot of houses here. Saying about an eighth of a tank left now, but I think it actually has more than that. It's making me wonder how many more gallons I'll need to buy here. I was only originally thinking I would need about 50 gallons. Actually, I thought even 50 would be more than I'd need, but now I must be thinking if I need to get a little more than that. traction brake, hit some windies, and then get right back on the road. I don't need to take a 30 here. I want to get further down the road before I do a 30, so I'll probably keep the feed going. I'll probably leave the phone here in the truck, but I'll keep the feed going, and then when I get through with all that, and get back to the truck, press on, and probably plan on stopping somewhere over by, I don't know, maybe Wamsit, or maybe even a rest, maybe a truck area between Wamsit and Rock Springs or something. And 2 more exits. Even for fun, just take 30 across, take it back around the other side of Elk Mountain, and then get back on Eddie over there when I'm done. Can't remember how many more miles it adds to the route. It's not that many, but I have less than five. I think I had about 590 miles to cover. So even if it's like an extra 20 miles, it's not that much. My only concern is my ETA to Farr West. Not so much the ETA there, but what kind of parking situation I'm going to have when I get there. I don't know if you've done that, done any virtual routes going through there yet. Taking 30 around through Medicine Bow and get back on 80 over there west of Elk Mountain.
Yes, sir.
$3.15 a gallon. Yeah, that was smart, dude. Pass me up knowing you're gonna get off the freeway right here. Anybody behind me, it would have been, I think he would have been smarter to just hang out behind me. Me personally, if I'm within 2 miles of my exit, I tend to just stay behind whoever it is. Unless I really know I can get around them and not slow down in front of them.
Yeah, the organic green ain't moving, so that's not something to do for it.
Stop, but there's no limit line here. There's a decent number of trucks parked here right now. Quite a few open spots, but the last time I came here, some woman tried to come out the lot this way. Didn't know that this isn't an exit. I see another JCT over there. Okay, wait till the lane opens up, and no, I'm gonna get my. Grab the phone and set up my fuel purchase real quick. I can't get this pilot app to fire up at all. I'm waiting in line for fuel there, Road Wizards. Oh, good. This prime is moving anyway. Oh, he's just getting reefer though. Stupid thing finally decided to come online right when I was about ready to give up on it. Start mobile fueling. Let's see. I think I'm fine on reefer fuel. Yeah, I'll get def somewhere else when I don't have to spend so much time outside. Okay. Alright, my fuel is set up now. All I have to do is let's see. Okay, only about 15 miles in. Yeah, so right in the ballpark I thought it would be. Sounds about right. I kind of thought it'd be in 15, 20 mile or so, maybe even 10 mile an hour, that mile difference range. So what I'll probably do is, because I don't know how long I'll take it there, when I get through fueling up, I'll probably park in a regular spot. Then I'll run in, do what I got to do, and come back out and go out the other way. Depending on how long it takes, it might be okay to do a 30-minute break here, but I've only done, is that 196, so I got, yeah, like you were saying, a 404 to go. Yeah, I could always do a 30 here, and yeah, I can run the last 400 without stopping. So it is maybe that is something I can do. Is go ahead and stop here, do a 30, and then I can stop the stream, and then I'll restart it when I'm done with my break, and then have a fresh clock to run with, and that way I don't end up making this video last more than 12 hours or whatever. Alright, Prime is done refilling his reefer now. He's getting in his truck. And the funny thing, I don't even really have to get all the way to Far West today. I can always go, I'm only wanting to do it just so I can do it in 3 shifts and be in a good position for my reload. There, okay. Yeah, definitely. Alright. On duty for fuel. Double check. I'm pretty sure I remember the number I need to put in. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Get my fuel. nasty gram for not spending 5 minutes getting fuel. Sorry, I'm not burning 5 minutes to get fuel if I didn't actually use 5 minutes. Okay. Parking over here by a JCT driver or something. Yeah, find an easier one because I could park there, but don't need to. Give myself an easier setup. Yeah, one of these wide ones. I was a little late chasing it. But I usually expect to have to do that with this truck because not sure it turns as quickly as the Freightliner does. And first things first, the trailer has to get in there first, where I want it. So sometimes I get a little bit too spirited about trying to follow it in perfectly. Perfectionism. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sort of do a 30-minute break. I've only done 200 miles, but if I'm gonna stop here and do other stuff for a little bit, I might as well. And then you know, use the restroom, get my drink filled, get Wendy's and stuff, and then it's like you're saying, 388 if I stay on I-80, or 404 miles if I take the little scenic route around, and not to mention I can take a look at where the what the conditions are on 30. So I may go that way if it looks like it's in decent enough shape. Eric, I am currently at the Pilot in Laramie. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a 30-minute break here, and I'll get moving again. I'm gonna stop the stream also, but I'll get moving again. Now, when I get moving again, I'll restart it. I don't know if I might have to start I'll do it as a second video because I don't know. Because I know YouTube tends to have that 12-hour thing, and just in case, I mean, it's only like 3:23 into this one right now, so, and 400 miles, that'd probably be a good 7 hours. So we're still talking about 10-11 hours of drive of video time there. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and kill the feed, and then yeah, like I say, I'll be back in about half an hour-ish. Be back on the road. I will be broadcasting live again, so if you guys want to keep watching, you know, welcome to come back here in about half an hour, right? So, yeah, like I say, if weather's good, I'll go ahead and, good enough on taking the round route, I'll go ahead and do that. So, yeah, I got right at 8 hours of drive time left, so won't be a problem at all. And I can take my choice wherever the hell I want to stop. I could even finish my day here if I really want to and be good still. So, alright, we'll see you guys in about 30, alright? And in the next stream. Alright, thanks.